Call me sir and madam to the killer. Conspiracies. Come on, innocent.
Grove. I made it. I actually made it. I had a cast iron to use as a paddle. All the lights just turned on. What the fuck? I think I've done enough exploring. I need to find that fucking owl. Oh, that smells. What the fuck? No way. This is fucking cool. Oh, that's hollow. Oh, this is what I wanted to see. Oh, no way. You can go like behind the owl. You got some outwards. Well, it's time to leave this place now. I don't know what they're doing with all this stuff. That's gross. Wow. This is nice. I don't know what all this are. There's like tons of little houses. I guess that makes sense. I kind of want to see what that noise is, but I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Musician's entrance. That's the guest house. Oh, there's a car right there. I'm not gonna fuck with this place. I don't know why all the lights are on.
This man pissed on the owl in Bohemian Grove.
Probably not a good idea.
On the 2nd of December 2023, a YouTuber named Dancer1 posted this video and proved this Bohemian Grove member wrong.
Did they ever bring any, children into the Bohemian Grove?
This was a very creepy moment when he entered the kitchen.
Oh, that smells.
But it smells really bad. Why? Because it was a morgue, but he did not understand. However, the second proof will shock you. The second time he came to Bohemian Grove, he checked almost every single room, and therefore when he was entering this room,
Look how small that door is, bro. Only a kid could fit in that room.
now you know how disgusting people are they? And look at the room. How small is that? And there were 2 rooms like that. This is the proof that they put kids on the altar, they burn it, sacrifice it, then scream it for the big owl.
Let's fucking take a whiz right on the owl.
Nutter.
He's a hero, bro.
Christmas in Bohemia. Come as children, little children. 1997. That is a sinister fucking... What the fuck? I don't know, man. This shit is fucking weird. A wise owl lived in an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we be like this old bird?
Bars.
There shouldn't be too much to worry about back here. We're extremely deep in the grove, and you'd think if we were gonna have any problems, we would have already had problems, but I guess we'll just have to find out.
It's mad he went there twice.
He went back and filmed this year's ceremony of care, bro.
Alright, well, folks, Bohemian Grove took my video down. They copyright striked the video that I took, and they claimed it was, that I filmed their performance or whatever, and the rights to the video are theirs.
What if they come for our channel?
Don't be such a bitch, bro.
All of the believe we are and to the road has graciously given us this we are. Once again, but never, Lord, unforgettable time we have here in this freedom in His. When we return to the book in our day, we were built 40 more beings.
That's some crazy shit. Fucking hell.
They're all Satanists, bro.
So he's also the one who told me about Bohemian Grove. Well, I actually watched it. I think this tape was actually made before I met him. So he went and snuck in to this place where like former presidents go. There's a photograph of it's Ronald Reagan with Herbert Walker Bush and a couple other people all standing around. And it's like these are the people that used to hang out at this place, and they would put on robes and they would worship an owl god, and they would burn an effigy. And Alex snuck in and made video footage of this shit. And then no one's denying that it's real. This really did happen. They're in with these bankers and former presidents, and they're dressed like druids. Yes. And some guy brings over something it's an effigy that's supposed to be a body, a wrapped up effigy. It's also a bunch of sticks in a blanket, but it's like shaped like a body. Yeah. And then they drop it on the fire, and they're all worshiping an owl.
Exposed. There's been some behind the scenes footage where for decades our nation's leaders, world leaders as well, will gather in some place called Bohemian Grove where there's this giant owl, a figure representing Molech, and in effigy they will sacrifice a child. And we're talking about presidents, senators, congressmen, the biggest leaders. So it doesn't matter whether you believe in the spirit of Molech and all that superstitious stuff. There are global elites and leaders who do believe it.
Obviously, it's very lucrative. But really behind all of that is a spirit. It's a spirit. So we're not fighting against flesh and blood.
What exactly are you talking about when we're battling an actual entity?
Yes.
Named Molech.
Yes, sir.
How is he characterized in the Bible? Where do we find him? And how would you say we're dealing with him today?
Yeah, so there was a false god, little g god called Molech, and people would actually sacrifice their babies. There was a statue of Molech, and it had the arms holding a tray, and they would put their children on that tray and lower that tray down over the fire to incinerate their kids as an offering to this little g god named Molech, to appease the god, to please the god. And there's been this culture of death.
Yep.
And a strategy of death on the part of the enemy to wipe out generations from the beginning of mankind.
The Bohemian Club was founded in 1872. 21 years later, in 1893, the Grove, located in Sonoma County, California, became the regular meeting place of the club members. Now, prior to that, on June 29th of 1878, the organization held their first summer camp-style meeting at the Redwoods in Marin County, California, present-day Samuel P. Taylor State Park. Of course, I use the word meeting quite loosely, considering the fact that according to members of the Grove, the campground was more of a place to hang out and let off steam than actually partake in any kind of political shop talk. In 1893, the club began renting their current location, the Bohemian Grove, and in 1899, they purchased the lands, and in the following years, the lands surrounding the Grove were purchased as well by various members of the organization.
Who are some of the prominent attendees at Bohemian Grove? Well, it's pretty much a who's who of the elite. First up, we have U.S. presidents. Many of them have been members or guests at Bohemian Grove. Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan are two of the most notable. Nixon even mentioned the place in some of his tapes, and Reagan is known to have attended before he even became president. There are tons of other politicians outside of presidents as well. A lot of high-ranking officials have made appearances. People like Henry Kissinger, who served as Secretary of State. Then there's the business moguls, heads of major corporations and banks, like David Rockefeller, for example. There are also plenty of artists, writers, and musicians. Mark Twain, the famous author, was an early member. Arnold Schwarzenegger has attended. Clint Eastwood. Some very big names, as well as ones you've probably never heard of. Point is, though, having dirt on politicians and famous folks gives you some leverage. If a powerful person steps out of line or doesn't follow certain agendas that the club wants to push, the threat of exposing these secrets could, in theory, be used to keep them in check.
These are leaked photos from the 80s, bro. Look at that evil bastard.
Who's he, Ted?
Probably Epstein's dad, bro.
Yeah, he does actually look like Epstein.
I wonder who's under those bubbles, bro.
know I said that the members of the Bohemian Club gathering at the Grove tend to avoid shop talk, which is true, generally. But in September of 1942, in the midst of the Second World War, the influential and incredibly intelligent members of the club just couldn't help themselves from discussing what could possibly be done to end the war and simultaneously strengthen America's defenses. That meeting, attended by Ernest Lawrence, J. Robert Oppenheimer, the presidents of Harvard, Yale, and Princeton, along with representatives of Standard Oil and General Electric, as well as various military officials, is what ultimately led to the Manhattan Project, which ultimately ended with 2 nuclear bombs, Little Boy and Fat Man, being dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, causing irreparable damages to Japanese forces and
Bohemian Club, the exclusive men's club that President Reagan is supposed to belong to, is increasingly becoming the focus of protests. Protests by people who think that its membership concentrates too much wealth, too much power in any one group to remain private. And this year, as Aaron Edwards reports, some of the demonstrators went to jail.
There was no violence. It was a display of civil disobedience by members of a peace and human rights coalition. And it was directed against the men attending the annual 2-week encampment at Bohemian Grove. And this is the first time they have blocked the only way in and out. Protesters said they were blocking the exit because Bohemian Club members are too dangerous to re-enter society.
Yes, Bohemian Grove is real.
Yep.
The Bugs Point Out Road and say, I'm not even kidding, guys. They really do weird occultic worship. They literally get high off of shrooms and do like a lot of crazy weird shit, all the drugs you can imagine, and they just watch a weird fucking owl get sacrificed. All the shit is weird.
Yeah, bro.
And there's many groves all around the whole world, by the way. Huh? And the aliens live in the water. Aliens live in the water.
Mine's somewhere out there.
Told you they were underwater, bro.
And they have these things where in the water, they put nanotechnology in your water, in your food, so they press a button in your stomach. They have weird technology. I'm trying to expose everything right now. They do weird technology. All the food that you're eating right now, they put little technology in there. And when they want to get you feeling sick, like if you really don't like feeling sick, you can press a button and feel nausea. If they don't like when your throat is hurting, they put, when your throat's hurting. They do a lot of weird shit. They have nanotechnology. All the aliens are in the water.
A couple of other celebrities, including American Idol winner John Levy, to come forward about his experience at Bohemian Grove. He would go on to say that everything that Ryan was saying was correct, and he had been invited a couple years ago. There's also been TikToks and videos released of people actually visiting the Bohemian Grove place. And in a way, I think it is kind of beautiful that all these celebrities are coming forward with these stories, because we all know Ryan isn't crazy. And a lot of celebrities, are putting their lives on the line, basically, to prove that Ryan is not crazy. They don't need to be putting their lives on the line like that, but they are for Ryan's sake. And although all these celebrities are coming forward about their experiences at Bohemian Grove, I don't believe that all of these celebrities are lying. If they all have very similar and dark and weird stories, it's probably because it's a very creepy, dark, and weird place. Bohemian Grove still continues to be one of the biggest conspiracies as to what really goes on behind those.
I was at the owl statue. This is fucking hilarious. So I'm there on day one, right? And we're drinking beers. Like, it's pretty laid back. There's some really cool talks. I remember this dude talking about shooting asteroids out that might hit the Earth in so many years. Shut down. I'm like, fuck, this is cool. But the first day, it was the first evening, and you gather around whatever, the owl by this lake, if I remember correctly, which could be a little hazy. It was a long time ago. And like, I've heard about this place. I'm like, this is some real secret ass shit, man. I can't believe I'm here, right? And it's just a trove of celebrities. Everywhere you turn, it's just fucking A. So you go there, and I'm like thinking we're gonna hear some shit, right? They're about to introduce the first speaker. And no offense against this guy, we consider him friendly. We have very good mutual friends, but they're like, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Danza. And I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, man. Then we're having cool conversations. Kind of weird. And then they asked me like I had to come play my guitar.
Oh no!
I like sing at one of these camp things, and I was like, I feel so used. I feel so dirty. Like, I don't do this shit, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's got to be weird. Hey, man, play us a song.
Well, it's kind of like a unspoken requirement, like a wink, wink. Like you need to take your guitar over there. If you want to be in good graces or be a team player type deal. And I'm like, yeah, I really don't.
Worked there like 10, 15 years ago. Oh, I don't want to be on camera.
Oh,
You know, that's awesome. Where's everybody with the
what was that?
Never mind.
Everyone here knew something about the Grove until they saw my little camera.
It's probably not a good place to be going unless you know what you're doing.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of rich, crazy people up there.
Try to get in?
My father was in.
Oh, he was in the club?
Yeah.
Who was he?
He's a Mason.
Oh, he was a Mason.
39th.
Did you inherit as well? As Freemason well?
You can.
Some dude forgot his credit card and handed me his Grove card as collateral. And I'm like...
Oh, Grove ID.
And before the Grove happens, you watch a bunch of limos with high-end hookers come in. They're not allowed to bring women back to the facility, but the boys will stay off campus there. The other things that happen is they hit up all of the locals on where they can get drugs every effing year. You will start to see a lot of helicopters flying in directly to the property. Bill Clinton's been there, George Bush has been there. It has been rumored that the next president has always decided there before it occurs.
You try to get in there and get caught. Bye-bye.
I'm dead?
See, it's very possible. They got security, nothing right there.
Oh, we get people coming in for a Bohemian and everything, and you can just tell about the cars and all that stuff, so.
Lamborghinis or like SUVs?
A little bit of both.
If to see a Grove member, would you be able to recognize one?
Sometimes, like in the summer when they're there, because they have like certain, like they present that all white thing sometimes.
They wear like all white garb?
Yeah, but not always. Well, it looks like an ancient Sumerian god, and I'm sure you've seen the shit.
I saw an owl driving in here too on that little lodge.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's somehow related to it, but there's a lot of owls around here too.
What is Moloch? What's like the simplified version of?
As far as I know, Moloch was some sort of Semitic god. I know they sacrificed children to him and stuff. The only one that we know about the big ritual there is they have that big owl statue, and they burn a child in effigy for the cremation of care.
Yeah. You think they're burning kids out there?
I think they have, possibly in the past.
The owl using this big temple, and all in the Grove be reverent for him.
While only elite, wealthy, and famous men are invited, combined with the extreme secrecy and security, this is the only real footage captured inside the event by Alex Jones in the year 2000. Some believe a real human was being burned alive during the ceremony, and others believe these guys were just hammered, goofing around, letting loose, and talking business.
Oh, shit.
Told you, bro.
Cremation of care ceremony. Alex Jones explains this moment saying that at the beginning of the ceremony, they did have to give all of their worries and cares to this coffin. And then shortly after everyone did that, about 1,000 men would come out in front of the owl, and they were all dressed in red robes while a black horse-drawn carriage went up to the stage. That is when a couple of men in red robes would pull out what looked to be a child-sized human figure, and they picked up this child-sized human figure and laid it inside of the coffin and lit it on fire. And all while they did that, the voice inside of the owl kept on repeating, quote, "There is only one goddess that can help us. Only one true Deficit." And then once the coffin is burned, the owl will say, quote, "Care says burn all you care." Then Care says, "No, you're not."
Checkpoints and guards. They've got a parking area right off here. There's like a little swamp right here.
Right.
Where they have these open back trucks that come and pick people up that work there and take them in or take members.
Right.
I crawl through. I sit there and act like I'm in a car. Wait till some of these old men start going to get on the back of this flat back deal. We go rolling through. I'm dressed like a yuppie. They let me get in. Then I get off. I start walking up the hill. And I had a map that down here was the water and where the Moloch was, the owl. I'm going down the hill, and there they are down there with all these big tables. There's photos of this online that they've since released. All eating food under the redwoods. I go down here. I get in position in the woods. They all start leaving. They go around. They go around and get around the pool.
Okay. The pool is in like a pool, a swimming pool.
No, it's an artificial. I mean, it's like a pond, a lake right there.
Okay.
It's like a long reflecting pool in front of the owl.
All right.
I'd kind of hang out. People are already there waiting on the edge.
Is it a fountain?
No, it's a pool. There's bats flying around, grabbing bugs. Absolutely, tons of
I
bats.
thought this was the only owl in Bohemian Grove, but I was wrong. Before I show you the second owl, you need to understand that everything we heard about Bohemian Grove was a lie.
There was 32 camps.
The Hillbillies, they're the biggest one, right?
Of the band was
The band.
camp.
When I found the secret documents about Bohemian Grove that are only for the Grove members, the biggest camp is Aviary Camp. It has 116 members, but the band camp has only 68 members, and there are 120 camps according. Now check this. The new production facility is partially built into the hillside to reduce the space those functions took on the stage floor. If we look at the map, the hillside is here, so definitely the stage of the owl is somewhere in this area. However, our hero dancer one pissed on the owl in this area, and this new owl looks small compared to the old one. They were working on the Grove project since 2017, and the project was completed in July 2021, and they are expecting that would make this stage be effective for at least another 50 years.
What is up? What is up? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day, whoever you are, wherever you are. I always say, stay to the positive, never to the negative. Always remember that. Go up in the day, baby. You play, you only get one life to live. You better live it for today. That's facts. Stay ablazing, stay amazing, stay true, stay you. No matter what you're doing.